Forgotten Realms Demonstone is an action role-playing game that released for the PlayStation 2, Xbox and Windows PC in the year 2004. It would be set in the Forgotten Realms campaign setting for the Dungeons & Dragons universe. It would feature a well-written and in-depth story, also featuring voices from very popular actors of the time with Patrick Stewart and Michael Clarke Duncan. The game would comprise of you being able to utilise the strengths and characteristics of 3 playable characters that you will use at different stages that all have their own interesting quirks and abilities that range from mastering melee combat to stealth and even sorcery with magic spells. And together, the 3 characters have to work in tandem in order to defeat the many enemies across the many regions that you'll explore, as your goal is to stop the world from being destroyed and taken over from evil forces, as their hatred from each other is also the one reason why the world hasn't been taken over. So it is up to you to make sure that that doesn't happen. So the game does have RPG elements, being able to level up your character as you progress, but it also has a lot of physical combat elements with melee combat where you'll have to run, jump, smash items at will, use your weapons like swords and heavy elements in order to dispatch enemies or take them out from afar using magical tricks. But you can also use one of the characters to use stealth elements so that you can hide from opponents to get around the place without being seen, which will come in useful when trying to solve some of the game's puzzles further into the experience.
Have to do everything yourself.
In saying that, however, even though it is a hack and slash kind of game, it is very simplistic in how it approaches itself, but also the progress of the game is also quite linear, especially during the early portions of the game. But the game does present a really cool looking aesthetic that really suits the vibe that it's going for, with some excellent graphics. A very unique and intricate control system, although can be a bit tricky to get used to in the beginning, does really suit the style it's going for. But also combined with a very good story and even great voice acting also adds to the appeal of the game and makes it more atmospheric. It's a very good, solid all-around game. The game was heavily praised among critics across all the platforms it released on, so much in the way that the game was nominated for multiple awards within the year it released. So that'll give you an idea as to the level of development and detail that went into the creation of the game. It is a very good, solid all-round experience. If you like action-adventure games mixed with RPG, this would go down as one of the better games on the platform, without question. Especially if you like mythical type of themes, this game really does have all of that in abundance. While it is quite linear in its approach, there is a lot to do and there's a lot of replay value, so you will have quite a lot to do to keep you coming back to the experience time and again. A solid game, definitely worth trying, especially if you enjoy this style of experience. I would recommend that you give this one a go. Definitely one of the better games of this type on the system, without question. With that being said, I would love to know your thoughts of it and what you think of it overall. Do you enjoy these style of games, or are you even a fan of this type of series in general? So be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you would like to see more content around more of these action adventure role-playing games that also saw a release on the console, then you can check out this playlist right here.